Susanna Yohuno, Crop Services, Mopa.
Have we covered everybody yet? Everybody is covered. Nana, energize us and let us welcome our
Services, Mopa.
Executive Director for IDEG. We are going to start immediately. So I will take the honor. Have we covered everybody yet? Introduce Dr. Emmanuel Akwete, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. Nana, he has been the founder. Welcome our Executive Director
Services,
Executive Director political science. We are going to start. You will hear immediately a lot of it and all the works we are doing in the I will take the with his honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. Nana, he has been the founder. Welcome our Executive Director
Services,
Executive Director political science. We are going to start. You will hear immediately a lot of it and all the works we are doing in the I will take the with his honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome our Executive Director
Services,
Executive Director political science. We are going to start. You will hear immediately a lot of it and all the works we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
our Executive Director Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
our Executive Director Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
our Executive Director Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
our Executive Director Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
our Executive Director Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
our Executive Director Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance. He has been the founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
our Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in the I will take the honor to welcome him. I'm asking Nana, who is the founding Executive Director for the Institute for Democratic Governance.
I think that
He has
I
been
would
the
introduce
founder. Welcome
I'm a fire sheet.
Executive Director political science. We are going to start here immediately a lot of it and all the work we are doing in
please.
Anna, to welcome him, I'm asking Nana.
I think that
Why is it?
I would introduce
I'm a fire chief.
please.
Anna,
That would be great. Yes. I also want to introduce VSO, director, country director for us. Yes, these are the partners. I know that there's a representative of World Vision. I didn't hear of Abantu. Maybe they're on the... Abantu is here? Okay. So their representatives are here. You can't sit because you are representing your bosses. So stand up and let's see you and say thank you. Indeed, it's a collective thing. Although it features on our program, we work in partnership in the Cocoa Life districts. The different components we handle all come together to deliver the effect and the impact. So those here are also working with partners. In the last 2 days, we have had the opportunity of working with people from all the 5 districts. And it's just been amazing. I mean, sitting and listening to their conversation and how they work together, the teamwork, the ideas, and their own difficulties and achievements. And as it is always, their focus has always been at the local level. I think on the program, they themselves will tell their story, so I don't want to spend too much time on giving you the details of what they've said. But what is important is that when in 2015, we became part of the Mondelez Cocoa Life program in Ghana, we said we were going to do the best we can to contribute to empowering the communities in the districts so that they'll be able to engage their assemblies, the district assemblies, which is the state in the local community, that which represents the state and the government too. So it was quite a task to take on, given that for many years there is a disconnect between people in the communities and the assemblies. And yesterday, Afrobarometer, Ghana Center for Democratic Development, published a survey they have done, and they showed clearly that most of the people in the districts and the sub-districts, when they were asked, the assembly members are your former leaders, the MPs are your former leaders, the chief executives representing the central government are your former leaders. How often do you contact them? And the figures shows that they have less contact with these formal officials, but they have more contact with priests, reverend ministers. So the real focal point, informally, of political leadership, where people feel they can go to discuss any matter. We are told it's not just for prayers, but any matter. Reverend ministers are the ones leading. It's very interesting. And then the second one, we were told are chiefs. I know the one for chiefs, but I didn't know that reverend ministers are those who are attracting a lot, or people feel more comfortable, they trust them, they go to them, but they are not going to the assemblies. Of course, the members of the assemblies then came third, and the chief executives fourth. The MPs, I think, came after the members of the assemblies somehow. So we have the picture of our relationship with assemblies, who are the local government structures that we should engage to influence their decisions or tell them about their needs. It's not going well. We are not doing it. And at the same time, we also think they are very corrupt. That's the perception. It's very high. You know, so if you don't connect to somebody who you have a right to engage and discuss your problems and get them to take it up either with the minister, regional minister, or sector minister, or the president, so that you can find solutions. How do you also come to the conclusion that they are very, very corrupt? So again, there's a certain gap that we need to see how we can bridge. Now, what is interesting about the GiftNet is that this short time, 2 years, we're in the 3rd year now of working with them. In the 5 cocoa districts, let me name them: Bia West District, Jabuso District, Ahafwano North District, Sechere East District, and Awutu Senya West District. What you find are young men and women coming together, and they are telling us that, look, what we've gone through in the training, we knew. We used to do it. But for some reason, we were not engaged. We were not active citizens. We were not proactive. But after going through what we call the governance issues forum methodology, they said, we just feel energy released in us. We have knowledge. We understand our rights. We know what is being done in our communities. And now we are engaging the districts. So yesterday, I jovially said to the people who did the Afrobarometer that during the break, that you probably should have talked to us. Then we would have told you to go to the Cocoa Life districts. And then you would do a survey that shows that the interaction and engagement with the district assemblies is increasing, and they are achieving results. But those results are for them to tell themselves. My second point is that although these young men and women are doing great job and working with our IPs and so on, there are certain policies or problems cannot be resolved at the local level only, at the district level or the municipal or the metropolitan. Sometimes, these are all districts, but I don't know if the Cocoa Life districts have become municipalities, some of them. Because today they are launching, the local government people are here. I think you tell us a bit more. Today, Ghana has 254 districts, assemblies, isn't it? Municipal, metropolitan, and district. I hope you are becoming municipalities just because of your GiftNet activities. You qualify to be. Yeah, very good. So let's tell them, if they've forgotten, they should add it, isn't it? Okay, please. So, but we cannot solve all these problems. And for us, it is important that citizens in our communities, further away from the center, must be given opportunity to talk to the people who make decisions or policies. Those are at the district level, the chief executive, they make decisions, but policy is made at the ministerial level. And I think this time around, we felt we should leave out the local government minister for now and focus on the theme that we wanted to talk, the problem that we wanted to discuss. Okay, so that has to do with Galamsey and its devastating effects on cocoa communities. But as time goes on, this exchange with ministers, we hope would also take place with other ministers, especially local government. You know that next year there will be a referendum on whether you want elections of MMDCs and assemblies to be based on, to be multi-party or not. But we have a lot of conversation, but those conversations, we would like to have them in the districts. You see, so they are also coming there to the district. But it's an exercise just to have the experience of talking to the ministers, telling them what the problems are, think through the solutions with them, and probably define a basis for following up subsequently. So this is the maiden one. This is the first one. And I hope that it would motivate all of us to take interest in what is happening in the Cocoa Life districts and to take interest in what all the partners are doing. I mean, the more you go to the districts,